Good morning, my dear students. Today we are gonna to know how to make a polite request, asking for permission, and how to ask for more information. Let's start with the polite request. First of all, I'd like to ask about the meaning of request. A request is when you ask for something. Okay, like, can I borrow your book? That is a polite request. Okay, now I'd like to differentiate between two types, informal and formal polite request. Actually, informal, when I talk to one of my friends, informal is used when I talk to one of my friends or to one of my family. What about is the example here? Can I borrow your book? Second one is formal request. So, first of all, we should know when we can use formal request. Formal request is used with my teachers, my doctors, even people who are elder than me in my family. I can use formal way to say could you. In our new slide, we are going to tackle in details the two different ways of polite to make a polite request. The first one is could you and would you mind. Great. Before I discuss the difference between could you and would you mind, I want you to look at the two groups of sentences you have in the box here. I want help. Go to the next line. Can you help me? What is the difference between I want help, can you help me? The first one, we cannot call it polite request. Why? Because it is a direct speech, direct words. Unlike the second one, can you help me? We call it polite request. Okay, so the main two ways to make a polite request is could you and would you mind. So grammatically, what is the difference between the two rules or the two ways? The first one, could you, the verb must come into infinitive form. That means the verb with no s, no es, no d, ed, ing, so on. So the basic form. So could you help? Could you close? Could you write? Could you read? And so on. The second one, would you mind? As we see, the verb with ing form must be used after would you mind. Would you mind opening, reading, closing, and so on. Here we have some examples. Could you open the door, please? So the answer could be okay, sure. Any way to show that you agree. Great. The second one, would you mind carrying my bag, please? So we can see the verb with ing form, carrying, is used after mind. So can I say, would you mind help? Is incorrect. I have to say, would you mind helping? Would you mind carrying? So the example we have here, would you mind carrying my bag, please? The answer, no, I don't mind. When I say I don't mind, that means what? I'd like to say I agree or disagree. I agree. When I say I don't mind, that means you agree. The next slide, we are going to discuss how to ask for permission. The best way to ask for permission is may I. It's the best way. Can I use can or could? Yes. But we can or could are used in the modern English. But the best way, as I mentioned before, is may. Can or could, both are correct. So, may I help? May I go to the toilet, please? Mr. Muhammad, may I read, please? And so on. So, asking for permission, I have two ways. The best way is may I read, may I go to the toilet, and so on. But I can use can or could. As usual, can is informal and could is informal. Okay. Can I use your dictionary, please? Sure, okay, with pleasure, and so on. The best way, as I have mentioned before, is may I have a cup of coffee? Sure, okay, and so on. The last one I'd like to discuss is how to ask for more information. For example, you would like to improve your English and you would like to listen to your teacher's advice. So I can, sir, Mr. Muhammad, could you tell me how to improve my English? So that is the way to ask for more information. I have the first one here. Could you tell me more about? For example, we are talking about one of the characters of the novel, and you'd like to know more about, for example, Joan. So I can ask Mr. Muhammad, could you tell me more about Joan? So here you are asking for more information. Actually, the way we use to ask for more information can be used to ask for the way. For example, look to the second one. Could you tell me how to? I can ask for the way to say, could you tell me how to go to the nearest hospital? Could you tell me how to go to the nearest pharmacy, for example? So, asking for the way, asking for more information, almost the same. I hope you enjoy our lesson for today, and I wish you best of luck. Thank you, my dears.